And there it is, the Welders are the champions of All Ireland. William McQuaid leading his side up to the podium. He really is a midget, isn't he? Manager Aussie Villain, looking striking in his yellow suit, passes the trophy to McQuaid. Careful there, lads. I think it's too heavy for him. He composes himself. There you have it. The Welders are the champions. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 11, Episode 11 here at H&W Welders on the Impossible Dream as we look to lead the team to Champions League glory. And today, well, it's not all about Europe, it's all about the league. We will have our our only two really title rivals, Linfield and Larne. 2 games just over the festive fixtures, just past it actually. We're in early January, so Happy New Year, Happy 2031. But the big news since last episode is, well, first of all, we did go and win the All-Ireland Champions Cup. I'll catch you up on the highlights of that in just a second, but that's another trophy to our ever-growing trophy cabinet, which is looking amazing. And the other news, there's actually a lot to catch you up on. We've got a ton of games as well, but the other big news is that we've had our youth intake preview. Now, it's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst either. A healthy number of new fullbacks in the pipeline. One of them has plenty of promise, and it looks like we have one, possibly 2 strikers that have caught the eye. So there's some positives there, but it's not predicted, I should say, to be a golden generation. You can see down the bottom there, this is not a great group of young players. So if we get 1 or 2, I'm not worried about having necessarily a generation of players. We just want maybe 1, 2, if we're very greedy, 3 to come through each intake, and that's sort of more rather quality than quantity on that front. Now, one other piece of bad news is that we've lost Napoleon to sprained knee ligaments, 3 to 6 weeks for him, hopefully about a month or so, sort of in the middle there, closer to the lower end of the scale, but yeah, I mean, he's not as important for us as he used to be, but he's certainly a very good player when it comes to playing, certainly domestically. So that is a little bit of a blow. Now, as I said, there's a lot of games to catch you up on. I think there might be 7 overall. All of them, except for the Irish Cup game in the league, All-Ireland Cup game, I should say, are in the league. The first one was against Dungannon, so let's go see how we did. We were in front early when Napoleon and McDade flick-ons found Chambers. Dungannon pulled level, and then went in front soon after. Before some quick passing was finished by Jacobs to have us level again. And Jacobs then restored our lead before half-time with a rocket. Chambers crossed for McDade to get our 4th. Before McQuaid found McGreevy unmarked for our 5th. And Monaghan picked out Chambers to complete the scoring. So a slow start for us in this one, but when we fell behind, we sort of grew into the game, but after we fell behind, we really did. You can see from the XG tracker, we really did kick on, and we were brilliant at times in the second half. James Chambers, isn't it? As a left winger, I think we may have found somebody who can replace, certainly short term anyway, can replace Fisher out there. I've been thinking he's a midfielder or maybe a number 10. He's actually playing brilliantly from a wide area. Not the best crosser, but he's adequate enough. But he's just really is at times running the show out there. So that is excellent from him. And as I said, I think we may have found his place in the team, certainly I should say short term. The next game in the league was against Carrick Rangers. So let's go see how we got on there. We took the lead late in the first half when Scully picked out McDade. Hill played in Armstrong midway through the second half. Before Fisher at the back post. And then McDade's second completed the scoring. So there we go. I mean, I can pretend all I want. We're really going to miss Fisher, aren't we, when he goes? But another game where we had a bit of a slow start, but again, we grew into the game. Massive amounts of shots, huge XG. You can see that there from the XG tracker, and in the end, it was a very, very comfortable win. Next up was the second leg against Dundalk. Obviously, we already had the trophy in the bag after a 4-0 win away, but let's see how the second leg played out. We went in front on the night thanks to Rory King. But a McQuaid own goal pulled Dundalk level. Turpie restored our lead before Dundalk pegged us back again before half-time. And then they went in front on the night midway through the second half. But a Rory King header ensured a draw on the night. So the result overall was never in doubt, but it wasn't a fantastic performance from us. It was very much a sort of a rotated team. We had club captain McQuaid on the field, though to be honest, he wasn't particularly great. But Miss Kelly, you can see, played well. Yeah, I mean, it was, as I said, it was. Oh, we gave Hodel a debut in this one as well. Marco Hodel, the young right winger that we signed for this season. He did okay, nothing special. But there we go. Trophy lifted 7-3 on aggregate. Wonderful stuff. Next up, back in the league, was against Ballyclare Comrades. Nathan Lewis gave us the lead. And then he doubled it before half-time. Before Fred Simpson got out third in the second half. So not our best performance this one. 3 set-piece goals. McDade missed a penalty as well. But yeah, I mean, it was comfortable. You can see again from the XG. Just the 30 shots on goal. But yeah, it was what it was. A good, solid win. Hodel, again, off the bench and did quite well in this one. Next game is again in the league against Ballina Millard. So let's see how we did in that one. Davidson put us ahead before Rory King bent in our second before half-time. And some nice passing was finished by Davidson to seal the 3 points. So just a really, really good, solid performance from us this one. You can see shots and XG was down on previous games, but we defended well, and Davidson, back from injury, of course, did quite well up top. And you can see from the match ratings, just about everybody played their part and played their part well. Next up, it is a big catch-up, isn't it? Next up is against Crusaders in the league, so let's go to that one. Fisher opened the scoring with a great solo effort. He then picked out Scully to make it 2-0. Before Scully returned the favour for Fisher to get out third. Hill then crossed for Fisher to complete a first half hat-trick. McDade got himself on the score sheet. Before Fisher netted his fourth to complete the scoring. So an absolute masterclass from Kyle Fisher. He is really anxious, or not anxious, curious I suppose is the word, to see how he gets on playing over there in France. He was just brilliant. 4 goals. I think he probably assisted the other 2 goals as well. Yeah, just a brilliant, brilliant player. And if we go and have a look, actually, speaking of him being a brilliant player, he was named the Welsh Footballer of the Year, so that is just how good he was. 36 appearances, 26 goals, 17 assists. I mean, those numbers they're ridiculous, aren't they? He is a wonderful player, and, well, after today, today actually we do lose him. We'll see him one more time in a Welders shirt before he goes off to France. Final game to catch you up on, we finally got here. It was against Coleraine in the league, so let's check in on that one. We went in front early when Chambers played in Davidson. Before Fred Jacobs secured the points with a wonder strike. So again, not our greatest performance of the season, but we did enough. Jacobs secured the points with that goal of the season contender, then got injured. Though I think it was just a bruised ankle. I don't think it was anything too serious. But yeah, again, you can see from the match ratings that we did fine. We deserved to win the game, and we did. Now, a quick look at what all that means. A lot of games have been played, and essentially, it's almost as we were at the top. Linfield must have lost the game, did they? Is that why? Yeah. So Linfield were beaten by Larne, which is a decent result for us, and then Larne dropped points to Ballymena. Yeah. So coming into today's 2 games, we are. Well, we've got basically our 2 title rivals. There is a game you may have noticed there against Glentoran. Again, I'll play through that and we'll show you the highlights. But this episode is already in danger of going very long. So let's go and have a look and see exactly what we're doing here in this first game against Linfield. We're expecting to see a bit of a change in formation, a 5-3-2 from them, which is not what we've seen from them before. And this is a team that we're sending out. It is Zanetti in goal. It's Ellis, Lewis, Simpson and Hill as the back 4. McGreevy and Munier in midfield. It's Scully, Armstrong, and for the final time as a welder, Kyle Fisher, and it's going to be McDade going up top. Now, as for McDade's chase of the goal-scoring record, you can see he has 23. He needs to get to 42, so he's more than halfway there in January. Of course, the season tends to be a little bit front-loaded in Northern Ireland, but still, let's hope he can get a few more here for us. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. We've got Gareth Wilson on the bench, Lavery on the bench, so hopefully they're a little bit tired. It has been a really hectic schedule since last episode. What do you want to say to this? I expect a win to keep our good run going. Let's maybe go with that. I think we've seen in the past, haven't we? If we put a little bit of expectation on these bigger games, we tend to do okay. And here we go. Now, of course, the transfer window has opened. We have got in, what was his name? Stuart Owens, the guy I signed basically to be a mentor. He has come in. He's nothing special as we expect. I think he's a 3-star player. But as I said, he's just here to mentor the youngsters. Armstrong with a chance from a free kick. And wasn't expecting him to go that side. And I don't think the goalkeeper was either, but it has missed. And that is going to be a goal kick. Dylan Lake has picked up an injury. He has been missing almost since last episode. So that's why we've seen so much of Callum Chambers playing out wide left, sort of sharing that role with Fisher. And then my plan, Lake should be back. I think he's back momentarily, actually, within a day or two. That's a good run. And it's bounced offside. Not offside. And Linfield take the lead. Johnny Walker. Nice name if you can get that, isn't it? He has... He's turned it in. I thought he was offside, I'll be honest. But no need to panic just yet. Oh, did it come off Simpson, maybe? And that's why it's not offside. So that's a bit of a bummer. Let's give them some more encouragement. We've got a corner here. Can Armstrong pick out ahead of a teammate? It is. Oh, it's a stunning header, and it's Fred Simpson. A 4th of the season. We weren't behind for long. He maybe was responsible as sort of a half, if you're being harsh, a half assist on the Linfield goal, but straight up the other end. And he has tied things up wonderfully, wonderfully well. So there we go. A draw here isn't a shocking result for us. Obviously, we want to try and win if we can. What was I saying? Fisher and Lake's coming back. Yeah, a lot of rotation in those games in between episodes because we were playing pretty much, I think, 3 games a week most weeks. So that's why there was so much rotation. It's good to see Davidson back. Here we go with Fisher. Can he sign off on a bit of a high? Not like that, he can't. And that will be a goal kick for Linfield. And we do come straight back for that goal kick. Yeah, I mean, it still hasn't really lightened up too much because we've got Glentoran after this, which will be the rotated side, and then hopefully we'll have this sort of strongest 11 out again for the game against Larne. McDade, McGreevy. Oh, tell you what, that would have been a super strike if it had found the back of the net. That's all we'll wait for after the highlight. Hill gets to throw in. Mounier will pick it up. Crossfield there for Ellis. What can he do? We have seen him smash 1 or 2 in already this season, but it's headed away. Mounier again will pick it up. Hill gets the cross in. It's a decent one. It's McDade, and it's just past. We do look the better team, though, which is promising. Let's maybe give them a little bit of praise. No, that hasn't really worked. And let's see what's going to become of this highlight. McGreevy goes to close down the Linfield player. Good win there from Lewis. Armstrong to Mounier to Scully. Hill's looking in a lot of space wide. That is, of course, if they're playing that back 5, there is usually... Is that a penalty? It is a penalty. It's a harsh one. Fisher will take it, though. It's going to be McDade, sorry, to take it. Now, he missed his last penalty. He's not always the most reliable, but we could really do with him sticking that in and he... under the goalkeeper. But it's gone in. He's 25th of the season. I think it's his 24th in the league. And he doesn't always fill you with confidence, I've got to say, from the penalty spot. But he does have a decent enough record. And he is statistically, obviously, our best penalty taker, which is why he's been chosen to take... Well, the game chooses. I don't actually set the penalty takers, but... yeah, he is the man that usually gets the responsibility. That is a bit of a miscommunication there, was it, between Armstrong and Mounier? And are we going to pay a price for that? It comes straight forward, and that's so stupid, boys. Oh, I'm going to berate them after that. Mounier and Armstrong ran into each other, left it for each other, and then it's just a simple hack forward. What are you doing? Just a hack forward, and it's, I mean, a little bit too easily caught out at the back as well. But that is silly, silly stuff. And a berating, I think, is required there. One thing we haven't been able to do with playing essentially 3 games a week for all of December is training, basically. We don't do that anymore. So if there's anything like that where it looks a little bit like we've... what do we want to say here? Yeah, it is basically just down to training. Dig in, boys. Let's not let this get away from us. We've got faith in you to do just that. And, well, let's see what we can do second half here. One thing I'm tempted to do is tell them to look for the overlapping wide players. Let's give them some encouragement. I mean, they've scored from their only 2 shots on target, which is always frustrating, isn't it? Second half so far, not much to write home about, but we've got a highlight here. Armstrong, cross-field ball, nice one for Scully. Can he whip across in? McDade is there. We've got Fisher at the back post. McDade brings it down, back to Fisher. Oh, it's blocked. Fisher still has it, though. Onto his left foot. It's blocked again. Ellis has it this time. He gets the cross in. McDade. It's a good one for Scully. Oh, it's offside. Now, it can only be Scully that's offside, isn't it? Scully is offside. I don't know that McDade was necessarily meaning to do... He's only just off too, isn't it? I think we're being generous to McDade if we're saying that he meant to do that. I think he was going for goal, but nonetheless, maybe ever so slightly unlucky. All right, let's make some changes here. What can we do? Scully, Fisher. All right, let's, instead of maybe making changes, let's do this. Let's look for the ball into wide areas. We know that McDade is a good player in the air. And let's see if we can see a benefit of that. Armstrong. Back for Hill. All the way back. That's fine. Keep possession. Work them around, boys, and then kill a punch, please. Here we go with Ellis. There is a lot of space in those wide areas, isn't there? Can Ellis get a good ball into the box? He goes past his man. Back post at Scully, and Scully hits the post. Better, though. Much, much better. Scully's looking nervous. All right, well, if he's going to look nervous, he's not playing particularly well. Let's get Rory King on. We want him as an inverted winger. Is there anything else we want to do here? I mean, none of the wide players are playing particularly well. Despite, it seems, every highlight we get, them being in lots of space and looking dangerous. We're going into stoppage time, and that is how it finishes. 2-2. Fisher signs off with a draw. And, well, we couldn't hold on to our first half lead there, could we? We expect a little bit more from that, boys. So there we go. We do go top of the lead. That was the game in hand for us both. So we're still in a relatively strong position. You know, the 3-point gap over Linfield plus a superior goal difference. That's absolutely fine, isn't it, at this stage of the season? But guys, wait right there. I'll play through the Glentoran game. Then we'll be back to take on Larne. We're both joint top. Let's hope we can get a little bit of daylight between us and them. Okay, welcome back. Now, it's officially happened. Fisher has left. 1.3 million. He has gone off to Sochaux, so that's disappointing. I've added him to our shortlist. We'll keep an eye on him. If he's available to come back at any point, we will obviously try and do that. He's a wonderful player for us. He ended up, look at that, 23 goals from 36 games. And that's not bad for a wide player at all. But there we go. And one other thing that actually completely slipped me by, if we go and have a look at records here, we can see that goal from Aaron McDade in the last game actually made him our top goal scorer ever in the club's history. So well done to Aaron McDade. 103 goals for the Welders. That's just in the league, of course. And that is a new record surpassing Matty Ferguson, who, of course, we had back in those early days before promotion. And I think even into the Premiership, we had him for a season or two. Of course, Matthew Ferguson there, in case you forget him. Now, there is one game to catch you up on. We have to have a look at the Glentoran game. So let's see how that went. Hodel's cross was knocked into Turpey's path by Chambers to give us the lead. Hodel got his first Welders goal to make it 2-0 in the second half. Before Turpey's safe shot fell to Hodel to seal the points. So it was a comfortable performance from us, this one. It really was the Turpey and Hodel show. It was good to see Simpson playing well in the number 10 role. The score maybe flatters us a little bit. I don't know if we were 3 goals better than them. But we'll take it, won't we? Excellent stuff. Now, if we have a look at what else happened in that round of games, Larne actually dropped points. They drew 2-2 with Carrick Rangers. So coming into this game, Linfield, won their game. So coming into this one, we are top. 2 points ahead of Larne, 3 points ahead of Linfield. So a chance to really start to put our mark on this league if we could get the 3 points here. Let's have a look and see what we're doing in terms of a team lineup. We can see a 4-2-3-1 we're expecting from them. And this is the team we're sending out. Zanetti in goal, Ellis, Lewis, Simpson and Hill as the back four. McGreevy and Munier in midfield. Scully, Armstrong. Chambers is going to have to play again in this one. It's going to be McDade up top. Obviously, Fisher has left. Dylan Lake not quite ready to come back from injury just yet. So we're going to have to sort of get Chambers to suck it up. We do have Rory King on the bench if we need him. Davidson as well could play out there if needed. But yeah, I think actually Armstrong can play out there as well if needed. So we've got options. But hopefully Chambers, although he is tired, will be able to get the job done. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. No Seth Keach that I can see there, so that's maybe a surprise. I wonder if he's got an injury. Let's show the pundits their right to back us up. I can get on board with that. Point the finger, say we have faith in them, and let's get out there and see what we can do. Away from home, this one, of course. So this is maybe even more so than the last game, a game that will willingly accept a draw. But yeah, we'll see what we can do here. Obviously, we always go to win. It is our strongest team, more or less, obviously without Fisher now. But yeah, we'll kind of... You'd like to think we could beat teams domestically, but of course we couldn't beat Linfield, could we? So we won't count any chickens. In terms of transfers, there's nothing yet. We have missed out on a couple. Obviously, January means that sort of the 6-month contract expiration dates, we can have a look at some players. We have missed out on one or two that I was hoping we could get in, which is a shame, obviously, because what did I praise them for? Free transfers is our best chance to get in the best players that we can, because obviously we don't have to pay a transfer fee for them. So yeah, that hurts a little bit, but it is what it is, and we'll keep looking and keep trying to strengthen where we can. I think we are at the point where we're going to have to start and pay some relatively big transfer fees by our standards, sort of in the hundreds of thousands as opposed to sort of tens of thousands. We can afford it, but obviously this season we still have a non-Champions League transfer budget, so we can't necessarily afford it this season. There's a good ball for Scully. Can he pull one back now? He gets to the byline, does pull it back. It's a good ball back for Munier, who smashes it in. And with 32 minutes on the clock, it's 1-0 to the Welders, and it is Munier's second of the season that has done it. It was really good work from Scully. Munier did his best, a little almost like a Frank Lampard run to the edge of the area. Look at that, just pulling off into space. McGreevy was there as well, but have some of that. The only thing wrong with that as far as Frank Lampard's concerned is no deflection. But 1-0, wonderful stuff, and we will take that and run. If we can defend well now, then that should be us clear top of the table. Linfield, you'd expect them to beat Ballyclare Comrades. They're newly promoted. They're a poor side, to be honest. McGreevy comes forward now. Can he pick a pass? It's kind of hung on to a little bit too long. Munier back to McGreevy. Chambers, overlapping run there from Ellis. Can he pick out McDade in the middle? Scully's at the back post as well. Armstrong's in there. So many Welders. Somebody get a cross in. It's there for Armstrong, and it is just over the top. Or was it past the post? It looked like it may have gone past the post, actually. But anyway, 1-0 at half-time. We'll take that. They have not had a shot on goal, never mind on target. So we'll point our finger, say don't get complacent, pump our fists. Same old as far as team talks go. And let's get back out there, see if we can get McDade a goal. But of course, if he can come through this with another goal, you know, we're going to have some relatively softer games coming up after this. And of course, not playing 3 times a week, excuse me, will mean that he can actually play every game again, rather than we've had to rotate, such has been the fixture pile-up. Got a little bit of space in wide areas there. Can we get a cross in? Hill, he goes back to McGreevy. McGreevy kind of trips over it a little bit. Up Richard, who I still would like to sign. A promising midfielder he's rated now. Not the best pass there. If that's what he's going to do, maybe we don't need him. Oh, I thought that was a bad back pass there. But Larne have put a bit of pressure on us, won it back. And this is a bit of a scrappy start to the half. Can we win this back? Oh, Devine. That is Devine. A first goal of the season, of course it is, and it's 1-1. Callum Chambers only playing a 6.3 and on a booking. Maybe this game isn't one for him. And, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a good goal, isn't it? Ellis probably could or should have got a little bit closer to him. Let's give them some encouragement. We don't need to panic. But, yeah. All right, Chambers, you're done. You've had a bad day. McDade's not having a great game up there either. But let's not Let's not change too much at once. Let's try demand more. Like I say, a draw isn't necessarily a terrible result for us, but I think we'd like a little bit more than that, wouldn't we? All right, let me think about this. Okay, so we've made 2 changes, and we've also gone a little bit of a change in formation. Actually, no, it's just the one new change, isn't it? Scully has gone off. We've brought Davidson on, 2 up top. King goes over to the right. Armstrong moves out wider left, and then we've got the 2 guys in midfield, both on bookings. I'm tempted to maybe take McGreevy off, but it would mean bringing Miss Kelly on, and I don't know that he's a deep-line playmaker, so we won't do that. See if the extra man up top can make a difference for us. Not too much yet, is there? Here we go. We've got a highlight. Fred Simpson stands over a free kick. Let's see what we can do here. Mounier to King. Hill's made a decent run forward. We go the other way. That's a good ball for McDade. Can McDade get his goals blocked? Armstrong has it. Armstrong sticks it away. Anthony Armstrong, a 7th of the season. And in the 89th minute, we have gone and got ourselves the lead back. Maybe a little bit of luck in there. McGreevy to McDade. McDade's not had a great day. His shot was blocked there. I don't think it was going to go in anyway. Goalkeeper seemed to have it covered. But it's fallen, fortunately for us. Armstrong tucks it away. And that is 2-1. Let's tell him to focus. We should probably go and close the game down too, actually, shouldn't we? Arguably not have 2 up top, but... You know, these things happen, don't they? We do have another sub left, don't we? It's too late. It's already a highlight. Oh, dear. Cross comes in. Oh, go away. It's Divine again. And I should have gone more defensive. And it's going to be another 2-2 draw. Cross comes in. Ellis misses it. Zayanetti is in no man's land. If he just stood on his goal line, he probably would have just caught it. Doesn't matter if it's offside because it wasn't given. And, well, we've thrown away 2 points there, haven't we? Massively out XG'd them. We are unlucky, but twice in front. That's a game we should have won. So there we go. Linfield has got the result. So we are still top of the league. 2 draws against our 2 title rivals. Leaves us a point ahead of Linfield, 2 points ahead of Larne, and all to play for. It's going to be a good title race. Hopefully we'll be able to, to see it out. But, yeah, that was disappointing, wasn't it? Very disappointing. But there we go. That will do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We've got Warren Point Town in the next round of the, or the first round, our first round of the Irish Cup. They're a 2nd tier side, I think, maybe 3rd tier. We should be able to beat them. So I think what we'll do is we'll come back for, let's say, unless there's the next round of the Cup is against one of the bigger teams, I think what we might do is come back for Linfield away, which is a big game in the league, and then maybe Rangers reserves in the Challenge Cup semi-final. Or do we do a cup double, maybe? Let's maybe do a cup double. So we'll come back for just Dungannon, who we've struggled at, to be honest, at times at their place. So we'll come back for Dungannon and Linfield. Then it'll be Rangers reserves and Glentoran in the semi-final and final of the 2 cups. And then we'll sort of go from there. Guys, that's it for today. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.